Hey, I'm Sam from Southbank Property and I've just bought this fire damaged cottage in the heart of Wardington. Come with me and take a look. It was built between 1901 to 1920. 4 cottages in a line. I think originally they were split where you can see the natural brickwork splits. So there would have been 4 cottages and they are kind of servants' quarters to the manor house, which is behind you. So obviously the servants that worked in the manor house would have lived there. Now they've kind of been split unevenly. So I've got 1 2/3 effectively, where we've just discovered an old door in the middle. So there's only 3 cottages now, but they're bigger and much better for modern life. These were originally 2 flats. This was the ground floor flat, obviously. This was like 1 bedroom, where the old chimney breast there, you can see they've just cut off. The 2nd bedroom was this area, and then the bathroom just behind you. And this is all going to be kind of 1 big kitchen diner, eventually, when this wall is knocked through, hopefully. In here, he's just discovered what we think is like a 100-year-old door, which is quite exciting. We didn't even know it was behind there, with that 100-year-old door. Might try and find a way to get that in the kitchen somehow. Do you think we should keep the door? You
should absolutely keep the door. 100% keep the door. You need to make it like a feature of the whole kitchen. Yeah. Paint it a nice colour.
I want a continuation of cabinets though. Like, how are you going to put that in there?
Be creative, artistic. It'll be fine.
You can bring the ideas.
I'll bring the ideas. I'll draw something up.
We're at the very start of the process. We're at the demolition phase, so it's the builder's first day in today. We're pulling the ceilings down. We're prepping to knock through major walls. It's a little bit dusty, but the wall is so damp, and all along here as well, we've found damp wall hidden behind battens and plasterboards, so we've just got to pull it all back to brick. But this will be like kitchen diner. So big open space, dining table, kitchen around the edge in front of the big window, patio doors at the back. And of course, this wall will be knocked through, so it'll be a massive open space. My one I bought as 2 flats, so just a ground floor and a first floor. The upstairs tenant had a life tenancy. He was quite an old boy, because the owners live in New Zealand. And there was a fire upstairs. Obviously, I think he survived. He got out, I think. But he didn't live there anymore. And then the water damage caused the ceiling to sag downstairs, and then basically everybody had to move out, and I got it at quite a cheap price. The smoke damage was the main bit of damage, because it went through to all the bedrooms upstairs. The downstairs was untouched, just the ceiling we need to replace, but obviously there's a lot more work to do. All this wooden structure will be gone, because this is the entrance to the upstairs flat, and then you'll just have the little outbuilding on its own, and this will all be patioed through. He had his own entrance here, which is now closed. Downstairs flat used the front door, and the upstairs flat, they just created this, I guess it was a garage originally maybe, or a coal store. But yeah, he went through here and up these steps. Ignore the dishwasher in the way. So obviously, it's a fire damaged cottage. This was where the fire happened. The main damage, to be honest, is smoke damage, because the fire originated here in the double socket. Didn't even break the ceiling, so it wasn't overly bad. It's just the smoke got into every room apart from one. But all the kitchen was melted, all the light, you see the light fixtures, fittings are just like melted down. Gonna get a sandblaster to get on the beams, take them back to original wood, and we'll varnish them, make them look pretty. The fireplace is going just to give a bit more space in the bedroom. This is the landing, it'll still be the landing. I'm gonna put steel in that little wall just to open this up a bit. Probably move these internal walls over, it's a bit tight on the headroom as well. 2nd bedroom. This is largely untouched by the fire, because the door was closed, we think, during the fire, so it's stayed all right. And then the 3rd bedroom, we think the door was open, because obviously it's covered in smoke damage. The floor's a bit uneven in both rooms, to be honest, so I think we're going to completely redo the whole floor up here. And then this is the bathroom. It was the bathroom for the upstairs flat, which it's not going to be any longer. Yeah, this is where the stairs are going to come out the top, so hence why we need to move the wall over a bit. I don't think we're going to have enough room. Stairs, you normally get 1 metre-ish, at least, so we're not 100% yet, but I've got to talk to Alex about that, who's the builder. So move these walls over, staircase will come out here, and then you'll be across your landing with a nice little dormer window there across the stairs. It should look quite nice. So yeah, that's where the landing's going to come out. We've got all the fire damage to sort, the smoke, the smell to sort of plaster in, get it hidden. That's not including the garden, all the 40 tons of waste to move, so it's going to be a big project. Can't wait for this thing to be gone, to be honest. It's like cobweb tunnel. This is Alex from Total Services Construction.
Hello.
He's doing my whole project, start to finish, so we're in the demolition phase and going to go right through to the finished product, so thank you.
Thank you. Demolate ceiling. Starting demolate this. I have one big wall for demolate.
And then excavation down here.
And next excavation here. Yeah, it's easy, yeah. Everything is easy for me.
I'm glad to hear. Be an Airbnb, so we're quite close to Silverstone, within 20-30 minutes, within Bicester Village as well, so I think it would do really well for a kind of the holiday style cottage. From the outside it'll look largely similar because we're in a conservation area. Obviously I'm going to replace some of the windows are rotting there, all the wooden windows will become PVC but just with the same pattern, and we'll have to sort something out with the driveway and the garden at the front just to everybody's scraping their cars coming in, so we need to do something with that, but that's the last job. So they put it on the market in 2024 for 400,000, and then gradually over the course of, I think, 8 to 10 months, it didn't sell. They just kept dropping the price, 375, 350, 325, 300. So I found it 300, and we offered 255, which is quite a cheeky offer, and they came back and said, look, they're keen to come to an agreement. The lowest they'll do is 270. You know, that was a good price already, starting off at 400. So we agreed 270, and that's what we bought it for. We get about 16 grand worth of fees, including stamp duty, bridging fees, solicitor fees, all sorts. So 16 grand to 286. We've got 100 grand refurb. Talking to my builder downstairs, we've done a sort of labour-only deal, so it means I can get materials at the best price I can find. The GDV should be 525, which is what I've been told by my valuer that came round. So should be about £130,000 profit if flipped. But I'm planning to refinance, pull the majority of my money out and then use it as an Airbnb going forward. The reason for the cheap sale was obviously it's fire damaged. So we're in the main room now where it was damaged, and you can see the socket just to my right where the electrical fire started. It wasn't majorly damaged because obviously I think the reason it didn't sell was because of the fire damage, and a lot of people came up here and kind of thought, wow, this is a lot of work, a lot more than I thought, so they didn't buy it. But my structural engineer came round and did a whole survey. He reckons that these beams that are directly above where the fire is, he reckons they're fine. We just got to sandblast them back, expose the wood and just make doubly sure, but I think they'll be fine. The only thing that is hard to get rid of is the smell. So with the other rooms, we're just going to take all the papering off the wall, blue grit it, re-skim it, and the smell should stay within the walls, really. Yeah, and obviously the ceiling coming down because that's sagging like anything. I'm not going to use to compare it to anything there. I originally put together 6 to 8 months with the assumption that it's probably going to be close to 8, but my builder reckons 4, and he said, we'll plan for 4, it's probably going to be 3.5. So I'm saying, well, if you can do it at 3.5, that's great. You know, I'm thinking 6, maybe with setting up as an Airbnb as well, we'll be up and running in 6 months, but as long as we're done by the end of the year, you know, we're mid-July now, which we've got 6 months ahead of us, so it should be doable. Yeah. This has been day 1. I've been Sam from Southbank Property. We've made good progress already. Lots been demolished. We've got other projects in the pipeline that will be coming to the channel, so hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.